A lot of you guys have been asking that I share more about myself, who I am, what my background is, what I do for a living. So I've decided to share with you guys something that's a big part of my life. It's something that I look at every single day. It's something that keeps me on track. It's my whiteboard setup. So basically, I have an entire wall dedicated to just whiteboards. Right here is the calendar. Now the calendar serves one purpose, and that's to make sure that I accomplish the 5 most important habits every single day. I'll break it down for you. So this line right here stands for NoFap. This one is work, which basically means the stuff on my to-do list. This one is for learning. The X stands for exercise, and that doesn't mean I have to hit the gym every day. I hit it twice a week, but I dance on my off days. And the roof of this box stands for meditation. Now I have 2 rules when it comes to my calendar. Rule number 1 is you don't break the streak, because there's gonna be days where you just don't feel like going to the gym, but then you look at the calendar and you remember, damn, I'm already on a 3-month streak. I can't break it. And that alone can give you enough motivation to drag yourself to the gym. Rule number 2 is to never fail 2 days in a row. You might think, well, doesn't this contradict the first rule? Well, no one's perfect. Maybe something came up and you just couldn't finish your work one day, and that's okay. It happens. All you have to do is pick yourself up and make sure you don't mess up again the next day. Next up is my to-do board, and it's basically all the things I want to get done tomorrow. And unlike most to-do boards that I see, I'm a big fan of the idea that less is more. It's important to have only the most important things on that board so you can actually get it done every single day. So most of the time I'll have 2 to 3 things max. Next up, we have the weekly goals board. These are the 3 to 4 things that I need to get done by the end of the week. It's very similar to the to-do board. Then we have what I like to call the eventually board. And it's basically stuff that I have to get done eventually. There's no real deadline, or the deadlines are farther than a week away. I put it on that board so I don't forget, but it also takes the pressure off my shoulders because I know I don't have to think about this stuff for a while. Okay, so next up, we have what I like to call the big project board. So basically, anytime I have a big project that I need to work on, I like to visualize all of the steps. The big project that I'm working on right now is the Tamed course, which is the habit building course that I promised you guys I'd make, and hopefully I'll have it done by the end of this month. Under that, I have my 2 idea boards. This is whenever I have a thought or an insight that I feel like might make a good video. Maybe I'm reading a book or watching a seminar and a light bulb goes off in my head. I'll quickly grab a marker and outline the concept on the board so I don't forget. All of the videos you've watched on this channel have at one point been on one of these 2 boards before making it to the final script. And the final board on this half of the wall is what I like to call the deal board. Basically, big deals that I'm in the process of closing. If it's on the board, it means that we're just 1 or 2 steps away from closing the deal and signing the contract. It's a good way for me to keep track of my bigger clients. Okay, on the other half of the wall, we have what I like to call the big board. And there's a couple of things on it. So first we have the YouTube goal. See, when I was working in sales, I would have goals for the office for every single week. And if we hit the goals, we would get to celebrate with a party or a mini vacation like 6 Flags. By having the goal on the wall every single day, everyone would be able to see it, and it really helped motivate the office. So that's a habit I never really shook off once I left that position. It used to be 500,000 by the end of the year, but I decided that it wasn't challenging enough, so I bumped it to by the end of this summer. Next, we have videos I've promised. When I first started this channel, I used to promise a lot of videos, and for a lot of them I never really got around to doing it. Like just recently I released the eye contact training video, which is something that I promised almost a year ago. But eventually, yes, eventually, I'll get everything off this list. So over here is the video topics that might be a good idea. A lot of this is from comments or emails that I receive, common questions that I see a lot of you guys are asking, and the rest of the board is basically just another big idea board. Whenever I have more complex ideas, I try to throw them on this board because there's a whole lot more space to explain the thought that I'm having at that moment. And oftentimes it takes up way more space than I expect, and another idea comes up, so I throw it into this little box right here, which is basically just another idea board. And that's it. That's a tour of my whiteboard setup, and honestly this makes a huge difference in my life because I walk past this door every single day at least 20 times. So I'm forced to look at this stuff every single time, which reminds me what I need to get done. You guys could try something like this out. I'm sure that it'll help a lot of you too.